First we Katawa, then we Shoujo.
All over the place.
What does
All
that
over
mean?
It's all over the screen. All the Katawa and the shoujo.
All the Katawa and the shoujo. We wake up in the school.
That is
awesome.
It's Saturday.
it is. We're into the weekend. Are we gonna keep going or?
Oh wait, and the festival's tomorrow then.
Yeah.
Is it?
Wow. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
'cause
is.
it's on Sunday.
They said Sunday.
So you
Yeah.
said 2 days.
The students roll into class for the Saturday morning session, each and every one of them sporting the tired eyes of people who have worked through the night. With only a day left to prepare, I suppose it's not so surprising. Thankfully, we only have to suffer through classes until the lunch break, and then our time is our own. Muto lurches over into class in a tired stagger. I suppose students aren't the only people here that enjoy their Friday nights. Without saying a word, he scrawls some page and question numbers on the board and slumps down at his desk.
So real for that.
Just takes a nap.
It's completely atypical behavior for him, but it appears that no one in the class is going to call him out on it.
Let the man rest.
Wordlessly, the students shuffle their textbooks into position and get to work. Not wanting to break the trend, I do the same. Fatigue has made the class antisocial, and not a peep is heard among the ruffling papers. That can partly be attributed to the two empty seats beside me. For some reason, Misha and Shizune are present, probably doing council work for the festival.
For girls.
They just put it all off until Saturday.
Real.
Very quiet without Misha present.
Oh.
What about Shizune?
I wonder if she was born as rowdy as she is, or if she is making up for Shizune's lack of voice.
I think she was born with it.
And
Was
the
born that
accent?
way.
Oh, Kai, can I speak to you for a moment?
I'm so engrossed in thinking about Misha that I don't even notice Misha approaching my desk.
You mean Muto?
Close.
Oh, Muto.
I'm sorry, Mito. You just remind me so much of
Yeah.
What's up?
uh,
It's probably better if we speak outside the classroom.
oh no, we're in trouble.
Okay.
Let me get my paddle.
Something about this doesn't sound too good, but I stand up and follow him out into the hallway.
I didn't know it was this kind of school.
Muto Muto stands in the hallway, scratching his head as he works out what he was trying to say. Not knowing what's going on, I wait silently.
He's gonna confess to you.
I heard from the school's head nurse that you had incident the other day.
So it's about that.
It's so awkward.
Well, kind of, but it's not anything to be worried about.
Yes, it is. Anything that can endanger your health is something to be worried about.
Please.
We try our best to prepare you for your life here. Part of that involves knowing your limits and how to work around them. It would be remiss of me if I didn't speak up about this.
Alright. I get it. I'm sorry.
Not forgiven.
Muto closed his eyes in frustration, and I realized that this probably wasn't the best thing to say.
Something tells me that you're not sorry. Pretend as much as you want, but this isn't a normal school. A lot of people have put a lot of time, effort, and money to to make sure that you and every other student here have the same level of education as your peers. For you to abuse that by throwing out advice, especially medical advice, is plain selfish.
Okay, sorry.
Whoa, okay.
Dang, he really is gonna paddle us.
I'm not quite sure if this is exactly how he feels or if some act that he's practiced many times to guilt trip students into doing the right thing. Either way, it's working. I understand. This is all new to me and I apologize. I know my limits now and I'll be sticking to them. Mattel appears to lighten up a little, satisfied that his message has been received.
So then, on to my next question. How are you finding your studies? I understand you were laid up for a while. We're not too far ahead, are we?
I don't really think so. I tried to keep up when I was in the hospital, so it hasn't been too hard. Mattel taps his chin and raises an eyebrow as he absorbs this information.
Huh. Is that so? I suppose there are still students out there who realize the importance of learning.
I wouldn't go that far. I was only trying to keep myself occupied in my little life support prison.
That's a great description.
Well, yeah, you've got to keep up with these things, right?
That's exactly it. One wrong move in this world and you're left behind, right?
Right. Wouldn't want that to happen.
No, you wouldn't. Every week there's a new scientific discovery. Most of them mean nothing to the layperson, but any one of them could be the key to the next big thing.
Keep that in mind.
He's yapping.
It's obvious that Muto's serious talk is over, and he's gone back to his standard, slightly scatterbrained approach to life.
Dang.
I think, in hindsight, that I prefer him this way. He's slightly more predictable in his unpredictability.
Well then, I think that's all I really had to say. Let's get back inside, shall we? Time to go teach again. Hooray!
I
The
love
relief
my
at
job.
that success is insurmountable.
You can tell by my expression.
Sure, you're the boss, right? So paused for a moment.
I don't even know, man.
You just said, yeah.
Just crying.
I don't think any of my students have ever said that to me before. You're gonna make me cry.
For an instant, I consider replying to this, but something deep within me tells me to shut my mouth and get back into the classroom.
I think is a new favorite student.
A few of the students jump at the sound of the door, rapidly trying to pretend that they are working on the questions on the board.
Slackers.
Some don't even bother. Their heads slumped on the desk as they nap. Thankfully, it would appear that Muto does not even notice them. That'd be Misha, I think. He returns to his desk and retrieves a scientific journal from one of the drawers. I guess I got to him there. The class returns to the near silence that Muto and I left it in before our chat. Mixed feelings of tiredness and anticipation buzz around the room. Everyone here is either waiting for a chance to rest or the chance to get their last-minute preparations underway. The clock on the wall slowly ticks the remaining class time away, until finally the bells cry out, ending the torment. Make it stop, make it stop.
Can't take it anymore. Before you all leave, I expect the answers for those problems by Monday.
No.
The class size is 1, instantly regretting slacking off, but still acutely aware of the more pressing issues at hand. The festival. The classroom empties in a blink, as everyone rushes to their last-minute festival preparations.
Everyone procrastinated.
I stayed behind and tried to finish quickly the questions so I don't have to bother with it over the rest of the weekend, with the festival and all tomorrow.
Ooh, so excited.
Apart from me, Hanko's the only one left, obviously waiting for Lily. It's weird that Lily comes all the way for to our classroom to pick her up. I expect that moving around is at least nominally harder for her than it is for Hanko.
Hmm.
But it's none of my business, and I naturally don't ask about it from Hanako. Despite the relative proximity of our seats, neither tried to strike up a conversation about that or anything else either, so an oppressive silence falls upon the classroom. Time passes in silence. It's probably just 15 minutes or so, but it feels longer. I turn pages of my notebook. Hanako turns pages of the novel she's reading.
Ask her what novel she's reading.
My pencil lead splinters against the paper, just when I was about to finish a paragraph. The sounds of my irritated sigh and subsequent fumbling around for a sharpener feel like they're breaking the mood in the classroom. Hanako keeps her eyes firmly away from my direction.
Keeps her eye.
Okay.
For long, Lily's tall figure appears in the doorway.
Hanako. Oh.
Her name is
She's so happy.
her name is all it takes to make Hanako jump from her desk and run to Lily.
She's probably very close to her because she can't see her condition.
Oh, good
Oh,
point. I didn't even think of that.
Ooh. Big brain, big brain.
Heck yeah.
they talk quietly for a moment, but it isn't long before Lily leaves down the hall and Hanako idles back into the classroom, taking her seat once again. Watch Hanako out of the corner of my eye, out of sheer curiosity at the idea that the two would be separated.
She's so sad.
She's definitely the one we know the least about.
But I think it's because we keep avoiding things to get closer with her.
For a couple of minutes, she does nothing but sit with her chin in her hand, staring at her desk, or at the desk objectively, or dejectedly. The boredom evidently becomes too much for her, though, her slender frame reaching into her bag and pulling out a small book. Come to think of it, this isn't the one I saw her reading at the library. She must be quite a fast reader to get through them at this rate. After about 10 minutes of restlessly shuffling in her seat and trying to read, Hanako closes her book and leaves too. As should I, since the argument is all but finished and there is nothing else to do in the classroom.
So you leave when she leaves. That isn't creepy at all.
He was waiting to see if she talked.
Not that I have anything to do anywhere else either.
What about lunch?
The school is a beehive of activity, but nobody pays me any heed. Why? What? Do you want attention?
He
Yeah.
does. He doesn't want attention, but he also secretly craves it.
I'm so
Okay.
ignored in this world filled with normies.
Anyways, I saunter past the classrooms filled with students frantically doing this and that, buzzing around like little worker bees. And I, the bee, the day is over. It's a bit quieter outside, but not by much.
Yeah, I can definitely
Not at
tell.
all.
People zip left and right, hurrying as quickly as they can, busy and energetic. I feel the opposite. The midday sun seems to be draining all the spirit out of my body, making it feel limp all over. Warm, soft air blows inside my shirt, feeling like a cushion. I yawn lazily, thinking about what I do. I'll drop off my books at the dorms first, and then something I haven't decided yet.
Great plan. Great
Oh.
plan.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Maybe Kenji is in his room. What's Kenji up to?
I don't know if I want to know what
Probably.
Kenji's up to.
He's in the shower right
No.
He's just naked in the shower. He's not even showering.
now. I mean, that's not abnormal.
On the way to the dorms, I spot Emmy coming my way, running despite not having those weird running prosthetics on. I wave at her and she skids to a stop.
Yo, Hasao.
Splatters of white and green paint adorn her nose and chin respectively, but her smile is wide, as it seems it always is.
Oh.
She leans closer to me, amplifying the feeling she is examining me.
Locked into the target.
Whoa.
What you doing?
Nothing, really. I don't have anything to do for the festival, and everyone else seems to be doing something important.
That's perfect. Then you can help me and Rin.
With the festival preparations, I'm not sure if I would be much of help.
That's fine. I'm not much help either. So we can combine our forces and we'd be one good worker.
Ha 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 ha. Fuck off. Emmy grabs my wrist and starts dragging me back inside the school quite forcefully. Even her walking speed is more like jogging and making me stumble over myself simply trying to keep up. The stairs slow Emmy down a little bit, or slow Emmy down a little bit. Maybe it's hard to climb with her legs, or maybe she's finally running. She's finally run out of breath. Go all the way back to the third floor and to the seniors' hallway, ending up where I left 5 minutes ago. I could just as well have stayed here waiting for Emmy had I known. So are you been working on that mural still?
That's right. She needs all kinds of paints and brushes and stuff, so I went to get them from the art classroom.
And you need me to help with that?
Well, Rin told me you already helped her, so I thought you wouldn't mind.
I see. So thanks to Emmy's flaky logic, here I am again, collecting stuff from the art classroom for other people. Like 3 times already.
You keep
Yep.
falling into these circumstances, man.
So
The room
demanding.
is The room is empty apart from ourselves and the lonely specks of dust floating in the air. Emmy skips straight away to the back wall, taking out a tiny crumpled piece of paper from her pocket. While she tries to make sense of the scrawled handwriting, I take a closer look at the materials lying around here. Dozens of paint cans and bottles are arranged on the shelves in a most unorganized fashion. Some look like they have been left there for several decades, relics of previous art club generations. Next to the heavy stack of the neatly piled drawing paper are boxes of different sized brushes and unsorted crayons. The smell of paint, turpentine, and fresh paper float in the stale air, mixing in my nostrils to form that unmistakable scent of art. Art.
The art scent.
The arts. Emmy studies her notes, comparing them to markings on the various paint cans, and passes them to me as she finds the correct matches. She stretches her neck to look on the topmost shelf, but it's not quite enough.
Can't
Her
reach.
eye levels, her, her eye levels stays below the shelf no matter what she does. Emmy gives up and just looks up to the shelf longingly, like a child at a toy store, huffing in annoyance.
So just watching.
I can't reach the top shelf.
After a moment of building anger, she starts jumping up and down, apparently trying to speed read the
Spread.
labels. During the fraction of a second, she can see them and catch what she can. It's no surprise that she fails miserably and almost manages to bring the entire shelf crashing down.
Hisal's just watching all of this happen.
Hold on.
It's a
Okay.
perfect view of what she's looking for.
Yeah. It's
I
not at
can't even
all.
like bring a chair over or something.
There's plenty of stools in the classroom. No,
I think he thinks it's funny.
I think he does. Sadistic.
Now I see why my lending a hand would be useful.
Does he watch for like several minutes?
Come on, let me do that. Alright, come on, let me do that. You can't jump high enough, and I don't want you to hurt yourself trying.
Now he sounds like a weird savior.
Also, I'm like twice your height.
How tall is Hisao Nakai?
7'3".
6'5".
Yeah.
How he's getting every
7'3" on a good day.
Good day. On his worst day.
Um, 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 you are not.
He turns around, flaring scorn, flushed cheeks and all. Just kidding. Just kidding. Anyways, I'll look up there, okay?
He folds so easily.
She glares at me one more time, but can't come up with a retort. With a grudging, turns her back to me. So I begin scrounging around the top shelf for a paint while below. Emmy crouches to scavenge what she can from the cupboards. I shake my head a little, after double checking to ensure she can't see me do so. Emmy having a complex about her height was a surprise. I wouldn't have joked about it otherwise. She seems easygoing, but I guess everyone has their weak spots.
Dang.
Well,
Only after we have almost all the items collected and spread out on a desk, like treasure hunter's spoils, do I realize that it wasn't necessarily the hijack that got her riled up. She might not like to be told that she can't do something like jump.
Can she not?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
She
she doesn't
bounced.
have legs.
But Emmy
But-
herself seems to have forgotten all about it already. Quick to anger, quick to forgive. Is she that type of person?
She has her prosthetics though.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's probably dangerous to jump like that with prosthetics on. So
That's
imagine they
true.
snap or something.
Or she could like fall.
Yeah, that's balance.
At least she doesn't seem to have taken anything to heart, as she chatters away happily while we pick up the rest of the items and then make our way back to Rin. I chivalrously carry the bulk of the materials as we make our way towards the dormitories.
I, Hisao Nakai, carry the heavy stuff for the madam.
White knight.
I, the guy, being heavy laden and burdened with paint buckets, carry the bulk of the materials as we make our way towards the dormitories.
Kind man.
Rin is really stressed about getting. I mean, give me 1 second. Rin is really stressed out about getting painting done. It's her own fault. It's her own. Sorry.
She's tired. She's tired. It was a long walk.
It's her own fault though. She should have started sooner or earlier.
Is she going to make it?
No, she's gonna die.
No.
No idea. It looks like it looks good to me, but with Rin, you never know what's going on. I found her this morning, lying in front of the dorm in the fetal position.
Oh.
I found her in the morning lying in front of the dorm in the fetal position. She hadn't slept all night. I can't believe the night nurses hadn't found her. And now she's painting again, like crazy.
Yeah, I've noticed that she comes off as kinda unhinged, so to speak.
Okay.
Emmy giggles at that, as well as at my likely too obvious awkwardness.
Mm?
I don't mind it. She's just a little weird sometimes.
A little.
A little bit. I agree with her. Unlike me, Emmy seems to be cool with Rins. Whatever it is that feels so off about her.
Her realness.
She's too
Still,
real.
they don't feel close like Misha and Shizune do. With them working as a single entity sometimes, it's hard to say where one ends and the other begins.
I feel like that's a different story. I feel like they really are like connected. Misha and Shizune.
Yeah, 'cause they kind of have to.
Yeah.
I don't think it's fair to compare.
Even though they're so different, just like Emmy and Rin are.
They do have pairings down the game.
And Rin is most different of them all, different from anyone else I've met. Yeah, I guess she's a very unique person. I return to that word again, as if it encompasses Rin's personality by itself, but really it's just a substitute for a lengthy description of her oddities. Emmy giggles as I grasp about for a properly descriptive word.
She's just weird.
Dang.
You know, earlier she just spent she just spent half an hour sitting on her box and stared at her toes. It was weird.
She giggles again in a way that makes me think she doesn't know what's funny about it. It just is.
All the time. She just stares at her feet.
The working area is a mess, but the mural itself has taken over even more of the wall since I last saw it. The disfigured human figures have been mostly colored in tones of red, pink, and orange, weird imaginary things populating the spaces between.
This sentence really messed you up, huh?
It looks nice. I can't think of any word that would describe the word concisely and comprehensively, so I settle myself on a nondescript nice.
Nice.
But honestly, it seems that the area around the wall becomes untidier at the same rate as the mural progresses.
I mean, she can't really clean that easily.
The ground is littered with dozens of paint cans, various art supplies, and empty soda bottles.
She's been putting in the hours.
Rin herself is in the center of this chaos, standing there looking very cozy as if she was a natural part of the scene. She's made herself at home at that mural. Her
And she slept there.
Yeah. Her pant legs have been rolled up into her knees, exposing her thin legs, which sport a drying spectrum of war paintings, similar to those on Emmy's face.
Getting her feet dirty.
Emmy
Okay.
sprints to run ahead of me and He jumps in front of her.
It's like that saying is like it's like I like a guy who gets his hands dirty. And then
Yeah.
I like a girl who
Like
gets
a
her
woman.
feet dirty.
Dirty.
Uh,
Strange.
I'm back.
That was fast. Did you run in the corridors again?
Always. Hisao, help me.
Emmy points victoriously to me.
Look, he's right there.
Whoa.
Then turns around, following Emmy's finger with her eyes, looking at my general direction. She nods absent-mindedly at me. She looks like she hasn't slept since last night. A vacant, glazed stare that's focused slightly off me, at moments like in a slow-motion movie.
Hello, Hisao. Thank you for the help.
Don't mention it.
I just did.
Don't mention it again.
Never mind. Looks like you've made progress. Looking good, as far as I can tell. Who are you to be the judge of that?
The art critic.
And now you get more bad luck.
I know, but I'm willing to take the risk.
It's a very nice thing to say. For me, of course. Not for you. This is why artists are always unlucky. They have to constantly look at their unfinished paintings. So artists can't find romance. Their favorite TV shows are canceled, or they die young because of an unspecified disease. It's a deep, mysterious law of the universe.
Well, if you want to really start a romance, I mean, I'm sitting right here.
Unless they are blind.
Okay.
She considers this for a while, looking like she's going to fall asleep.
There's a boy.
I've heard this story before.
At the art club, you see. Blind boy. So he doesn't see.
I got it. I got
Like,
it.
with his eyes.
You already told me.
Oh.
I glance sideways at Emmy, and she glances back in a way that tells me she has heard this one before too.
This is
that
gonna
okay?
be. This is gonna be my 10th time.
Neither of us says anything to him, though. So she continues her monotone soliloquy, like an unfunny stand-up comedian.
Oh God.
He should become an artist. No bad luck. Guaranteed. Don't you think that'd be a good idea?
That only blind people should become artists? No, not as such. Da da da.
You might have a point.
Imagining this train of thought, she turns again to consider her work and starts humming a tune that I think I recognize, but can't remember the name of. Emmy arranges the supplies we brought and moves a few paint cans around, trying to bring some organization to the scene.
Emmy, I need the Prussian blue paint.
Which one's Prussian blue?
The blue one.
She is staring helplessly at 7 or 8 cans, each with a different tone of blue.
Look at the one that's slightly more Prussian than the others.
It's Prussian. It's the one with Prussian blue paint in it. Obviously.
Jeez, Rin, you're not helping at all.
I look around as well, even though I don't know what Prussian blue looks like either. I wonder what blue has to do with Prussia.
try looking for the blue ones yet?
Or what pressure even is. The name sounds vaguely familiar, but I can't place it.
P. Russia.
Well, none of the blues look more Prussian than the others. The small print on the labels is legible enough to determine that none say anything about the contents being Prussian.
Oh no.
There's no Prussian blue here.
What?
We need to go get more. That.
I hope not to say that actually we're not both needed for such a simple task, like finding another pot of Prussian blue. But Emmy's already grabbed my arm and started dragging me off.
So assertive.
She's so forceful.
Owie. I waved to Rin, who doesn't seem to have noticed that the two of us are even leaving.
I thought I was gonna say I waved to Rin, but she didn't wave back. I was like, oh, I wonder why.
Wow. She didn't.
Well, she'll notice when she goes for her Prussian blue and finds out it's still not there. Maybe. ... Probably not, actually. While I'm busy thinking of how weird Rin is, Emmy's been dragging me back to the art classroom. I feel myself starting to run out of breath. What's the rush?
Huh?
Emmy's giving me an appraising look as if she's trying to figure something out. It's just that you seem to be in a hurry. I'm not sure I can keep up. Comprehension dawned on her face.
You're not out of breath. You're not out of breath, are you?
There's almost an accusing playfulness to her tone. I've tempted to deny it, but then I realized that I've been breathing heavy since we stopped.
Oops.
Guess it's kind of obvious. Little, not everybody can be in shape, you know? Takes all kinds, right? Emmy frowns, not particularly good frown.
I'd agree. It's kind of cute.
Or, that is... I should get in shape? Not that I hadn't already decided to try for that. After that flutter on the track, I figured that there's a real need to get in some sort of running habit. I was, after all, feeling pretty good until I had my false alarm. Well, actually, I wasn't, but it was fun? Question mark. Hey, that was kind of fun? Question mark. Meanwhile, my comment seems to have helped Emmy come to some sort of a decision.
Well, that's it. That's it then.
She gives me a serious look. Oh, what's it?
You're joining me.
We're getting indoctrinated to the club.
Uh-oh.
The Rin and Emmy Club. I beg your pardon.
In the mornings, you and I are now running partners.
Right.
I got a
Yep.
routine all planned out. In fact,
She produces a crumpled sheet of paper.
She just carry that on her?
She just formed it out of like matter.
Why isn't it a school uniform?
I've got it right here with me.
Got what? Take the sheet of paper, give it a once over. Times, dates, and lap all laid out. Give me a running plan. A slow increase from just a few days, or just a few laps a day to... My God, she expect to have me running marathons?
Uh-oh.
Did she write this for us?
Yep. Just for us.
Jayden is just as surprised as Sal is. And when did she find the time to get this together? And how long has she been planning this anyway?
He's very courteous and very caring. He puts a lot of
That's
effort
nice.
into things.
Yeah.
The
I
lunch,
would
the
feel
plan.
no. You've been planning this?
A little. But it's really the nurse's idea.
Oh.
He told me to keep an eye on you to make sure you exercise like he told you to.
A vast conspiracy?
Kenji
That
was
is
right.
conspiracy.
Maybe.
Oh, come on!
Yeah.
How many times have we done this episode?
We've done a lot.
Too
We've
many.
called jokes a good amount of time.
I'm getting used to it.
Very much for keeping an eye on me.
Well, to be honest, I've been trying to find a running partner in the mornings for... I've been trying... Sorry, my voice is deteriorating. I've been trying to find a running partner for a while now.
My God. Kenji. You could only see the scheme unfolding. What do you need a running... Or what do you need a for anyway?
It's easier to keep up a workout if you're not the only one doing it. Isn't that obvious? Isn't it obvious?
Dang.
Well,
You're less likely to quit if...
I gotta wait. Hold up.
um, 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 uh, 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 you're less likely to quit if someone else is counting on you to be there, right?
I see. This won't only keep you running, but it'll make sure that I keep running as well. Meaning that I'll be obeying the nurse.
And I'll be keeping an eye on you, just like he asked. You caught on quick, Hasao.
And if I refuse,
I'll kill you.
Oh.
I have no intention of refusing, of course.
I just want to test out the waters.
But I've got to at least put up a token of resistance to such a masterfully executed plan. He just wants the attention, bro.
He really does.
Well, if you refuse, I'd have to pout.
Oh, I'm better with that.
And you'd have to live with being the guy who made Emi Ibarasaki pout.
Oh no.
Totally.
You don't want that on your conscience, do you?
As if to demonstrate, Emmy begins pouting. It's the most adorable, heart-wrenching thing I've ever seen. Okay, I'll do it.
You've convinced me. That's okay.
Alright. You can stop pounding. Just don't do that. Stop. Stop that. I feel like I just hit a puppy.
Good. So it's settled, right? You're going to be my running partner? Follow the workout? And the dietary plan?
Who said anything about a dietary plan?
Dietary plan. Hold your horses, Emmy.
Yeah, dietary plan! You've got to eat healthy if you're going to get in shape, you know.
I examined the workout routine closely. I don't see a dietary plan on here.
Don't worry, I got it covered. Alright, I forgot to give that to you.
She waited.
Another crumpled sheet of paper is produced and handed over.
Where are you getting these pages from?
It's somewhat less detailed.
Yeah.
I had the nurse. I had the nurse help me up. What? I had nurse come up help with nurse.
This is how we're
The
doing
amount-
this route.
Nurse has to keeping me in a good health is pretty overwhelming. I don't know many school nurses who would get one of their students to spy on me, much less help come up with a dietary plan. Then again, I guess I'm not in a normal school.
Oh yeah, we've had that same talk before.
Then again, and maybe that's not such a bad thing. Then again, this diet cut out just about everything that will be offered at the festival tomorrow.
I thought you started again. I didn't realize you actually said that.
I'll start the dietary plan after the festival.
This is what he's about to say right now. Hold up. Aw.
So when does our running start?
Yep. She said it.
After the festival, of course.
Right after? What if I have something to eat there? I could get a stomachache, you know.
I meant the day after the festival. Stupid.
I knew that. Wasn't there something we were supposed to be doing?
Get the Prussian
Just sitting on the
blue.
box. Where's my Prussian blue at?
Yeah, guess we should get that paint for Ren, huh?
Oh no! It slipped my mind.
We're just dead.
What?
Let's get the paint and get back to the mural. Ren's already wandered off.
Oh
It's
no.
afternoon.
Yeah.
Oh well. Looks like it's getting. And me and I both decided to part ways here. Or there, leaving the paint on the ground.
Oh.
What? Ren will find it whenever she comes back anyway.
Trying to go find Prussian blue in the wild.
She's gonna make it
Festival's tomorrow.
herself.
You're real excited for it.
Okay.
I'm actually a little excited for
I mean, each at
This guy.
it.
the same time, this week's left me feeling really pretty tired. So I read a little bit and then go back to bed, and then go to bed.
Aww.
We planned it out this way though. That'll cover.
These are so short, bro.
Saturday was short.
What's that? Yeah,
Okay.
so,
Let's just say our goodbyes. I bid you adieu, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
goodbye, YouTube. And next time. Until next time. Bye bye.